All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, if you guys remember me talking about a video game that goes by the name The Day Before, I think you know how passionately upset I am about that game's existence. Now, the reason why I would say I'm so passionate about my, maybe I shouldn't say upset, but I am going to say my frustration is that the game the developers made it seem like that the game was going to be one thing. Then when it came out, it was a completely different thing. It was something that a lot of fans didn't ask for. A lot of, and you know how I guess I would have went about that, because I know people will probably be like, well, how would you feel if you were releasing a game and people, and that's the thing where it's like, I know with me, if I'm saying I'm releasing something, whatever the situation is, and a lot of, I guess, like, if I'm putting my, like, content creating career, like, in as an example, I don't think there's ever been a time where people were just, I guess, confused on some, because for the most part, I just usually just post my stuff. But I'm trying to think, like, I don't think I have ever have been in a situation where I said that I'm gonna post something, but it ends up being a completely different thing. Like, usually whatever it is, like, so for an example, if I say that I'm putting out a album or something, if people ask me what kind of album is it gonna be, I'm not gonna be beating around the bush or not just tell them, no, I'm gonna tell them it's gonna be an EDM album, or it's gonna be a jazz album, or it's gonna be like some sort of, like, I'm overall going to communicate with my audience. I'm not just gonna put out something or say that, oh, this is gonna be coming out at some point in time and just not communicate. I'm gonna be talking and telling people some stuff. All right, so when that video game had very first got announced, they made it seem like that it was going to be, and I kind of had a feeling it was going to probably be some sort of survival game like DayZ or something. But it looked like The Division. And for those that don't really know too much about that game, The Division is this game by Ubisoft where I play it frequently. If you want to see me play that game, just go to my YouTube channel, my gaming YouTube channel, and I got a lot of content of myself playing both The Division 1 and 2. So I thought it was going to be like that game, but with zombies. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can appreciate this game. I can get with this game. And so 2 years passed, because I think they announced the game in 2021. And so the game, I think it was supposed to come out maybe in 2022. Then it got delayed in the beginning of 2023. Then it got delayed again all the way towards the end of again at 2023. I think, wasn't it the game supposed to come out in November? And then they decide, oh, well, let's delay it one last time. And I think it ended up coming out in December. So the game eventually, it does come out in 2023. And when that game came out, the game was even starting up for some people. I remember experiencing that where I couldn't get into the game. And then when I finally did get into the game, it was an extraction shooter. It wasn't nothing like The Division. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, and I have to say, that's when my hatred, well, okay, maybe I ain't gonna say hatred. I feel like hatred is a strong word. But I guess, like, I don't want to say disliking either, because I don't mind extraction shooter games existing. It's just that I don't want every single video game to come out where they have to make it into an extraction shooter. Because the thing is this, and that's something that I paid attention to with gaming. When you come out with a game that focuses on one trend, and then after a while, like, that trend done died off, what's going to happen to that game? That game's usually gonna die. Ain't nobody gonna be playing it. A video game, prime example, during the days of, like, battle royale games existing, and I have to say this was probably the top game at the time, H1Z1. Now, I remember that game was originally a survival game, and then for some reason they decided to split it in two, to where now it was a battle royale game. Like, one game was a battle royale game and the other game was a survival game. I did not mind that, all right? But then as the time went on, Battle Royale games had started dying off. Well, I guess I ain't going to say dying off. People already knew which games they wanted to play. Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, and Apex Legends. Those are the 3 biggest battle royale games at the moment. I don't really see no other battle royale games. Let me just check on Twitch real quick, like the most viewed. So yeah, you got Warzone, Apex Legends, let's see, and Fortnite, like I said. So nobody's playing any other battle royale games. And then what ended up happening to H1Z1? Let's just see if anybody is playing H1Z1. So you got Z1 battle royale. There's only 2 people that's streaming this game right now. Now there's probably a gang of people playing it, but for now on Twitch, only 2 people are streaming this game. So that's why I'm doing my best to come out with content to let people know, and I think I might need to start doing more, or at least do a video where I tell people, like, you guys need to stop coming out with extraction shooter games. Because there's this one game that just came out where it's called I think it's like the Forever Winter or something like that. Hold on for a second. Let me go and check. I don't know. I had like a Steam page open. Now Google is just being weird. It just sent me out of the Steam page. What is going? Okay, so that was all right. So hold on for a second. The Forever Winter. So it's this. So they say it's a co-op tactical survival horror shooter. But then when you look in the tags, and then from what I've heard, this game is an extraction shooter. So I was curious about this game because the game looks fun. And then I heard that they are on some stuff where it's like, if you, like, I guess, like, if you overall want to survive in that game, you pretty much have to be playing the game at all times, because they have some stuff in there where when you turn the game off, like, so I think, like, the main thing that you're looking for in this game is water. So when you turn the game off, I guess, like, your water drains, and it's a situation where it's like, fam, you gotta be playing this game at all times. A video game that was set up that way, and I'm like, no, I have no desires on playing that game anytime soon. But Elite Dangerous, they had, like, some situation on there where I had selected a mission, I went ahead and chose it, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to figure this mission out the next time I play it, because I don't feel like trying to figure this out right now. I go and turn the game on. I think it was the next day or later on that day, whichever. And they had it where I had to start that mission all over again. Now I'm trying to figure out, why would you guys set it up that way? Why would you have it where it's like a person has to complete this mission? You don't know what an individual got going on in their personal life to where they might need to tend to something, and then they'll come back and do the mission. You guys gonna have it set up where I have to be playing your guys' game at all time. And I even remember it was like a indie farming game that was like that when I was younger. I remember playing that game when I was in high school. And they had it on some stuff where you had to, like, tend to the farm at all hours. And so I remember it was like months like after I had played that game the last time, and I just started up one day just to see what it was all about. And yeah, pretty much like all my like crops, like everything, it all just died. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I have no desires on playing this game. So anyways, I moved on. I stopped playing that game. Now, let's get back to the day before, because I feel like I've kind of just, I went off on the road. Let me bust a U-turn and end up on this day before road, all right? So anyways, yeah, the day before comes out. It ends up being an extraction shooter. And I was like, okay, you know what? I can look past it. I ain't going to sweat it, all right? I remember I was playing a mission, and I believe I don't know if I posted that video yet, because there's a lot of streams down behind, and I can't remember if I had posted that yet. But anyways, but there was a day I remember I was playing the game, and I ran out of ammo, and I'm thinking to myself, like, that's why games don't need to be an extraction shooter. Just make it like a normal video game, where it's like, yeah, you killing zombies, but it's like, just have like some story stuff in there. Now everybody wants to be playing an extraction shooter. It's like, if that's what the game overall is, then you guys should have said that in the beginning. Then at least people would have known what they were getting themselves into. So anyways, I remember I was playing a game. I ran out of ammo, but I did go and collect, because they had like the in-game extraction missions where it's like, oh, extract this or extract that. And I'm like, man, this is, I'm not feeling this game. As soon as I had walked outside, immediately, I think it was either sniped or shot at a bunch of times. I just remember immediately dying as soon as I had walked outside to go complete the extraction mission. why would you think somebody wants to deal with some stuff like that where it's like there's missions in the game, but I'm not allowed to do these missions because you got people out there that want to camp and mess the game up for people? Why would you think somebody want to deal with some crap like that? I'm saying, like, that's something where it's like and that's one of the main reasons on why I had gave up. Eventually, at some point in time, I had gave up on that game because it was like, no, it was pointless. It was stupid. You know, it's like this game, I don't really see it going nowhere. It has an overwhelmingly negative rating on Steam. Yeah, I'm done with this. So I would check on the game from time to time just to see what it was all about. All of a sudden, one day, the developers announced that they were shutting the game down. Steam was going to issue out everybody's money back. And then after that, game was gone. It was like, in the developers and the publishers, they disappeared. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, I guess that was that. You know, I'm not losing any sleep over it. It's just something where it's like, you should have communicated more with your audience rather than, oh, let's just come out with some stuff. Ask the audience what they want to play before y'all just come out with something. Because that's like going to a restaurant and you know what kind of food you are looking for, and the chef or the cook, whoever, they just bring you out some food and you don't even know if you're gonna like it or not. So it's like, that's why I'm saying communicate. It's helpful with whatever it is that you're doing creative wise. It is going to be helpful. All right. So fast forward to today. I'm scrolling through YouTube, and then there's this YouTuber that I watch from time to time. His name is Big Fry TV. He posted a video talking about how the developers are coming back. And so I was curious. I was like, oh, I gotta watch this video. So yeah, I did a reaction video to it. And yeah, the developers, I don't know if it's Fantastic or F-Fantastic, but regardless, that's the developers' names. They posted that they created a Kickstarter, and it's pretty much like, so that's what I learned, that Kickstarter is kind of like a GoFundMe, but it's not like it ain't like as serious as GoFundMe. Like Kickstarter is like, okay, a person got a plan, but they need investors, they need somebody's money and stuff. So anyways, they created one of those. Talked about how they got this game that there's currently out, where it's like one of those like party games that you play with friends and things. And it was like, you know, it's an okay-ish looking game, but you have to understand, talking to the developers, I don't trust you guys when it comes to a video game, all right? Because my thing is this. They're talking about, oh, in order for us to be successful, pretty much that's what they said in the Kickstarter. In order for us to be successful, we're going to need your guys' money. And guess what the Kickstarter price is? This is for some small little party game. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, there's developers out there that don't even ask for no money. Like, there's developers, there's the one game. Let me look that game up real quick, because that's a game where I'm like, I played a good majority of it. Hold on for a second. It's this video game called Spaceborne 2. It's only one person that's behind that game, all right? One person. And they did do an update not too long ago. I should have downloaded that game and play it for old time's sake, because it was a pretty decent game. But anyways, that game, I don't even think there was a whole lot of people behind it. I think it was just the one guy. And all he asked for, you know what the amount of money that he asked for that game? He asked for $19.99, a little over $20. Oh, and then $4.99 for a soundtrack. That's all that he asked for. Now, why is it that this developer can ask for $20 and you guys are asking for $20,000 to help kickstart this game on and putting it on Steam and the Steam Deck and PlayStation and all that stuff? I'm like, no. You guys, my thing is this. Show us that you overall care about video game development, then we'll give you money. But it can't be no, oh, well, we gotta give you guys money and take another chance on you. Because the YouTuber Big Fry TV, he was talking on that. He was all like, you know, everybody deserves a second chance. I'm like, yeah. I mean, he overall wasn't like agreeing with what they were doing. He was just pretty much like how I'm doing right now in this podcast episode. I'm disagreeing with what they're doing. And so, anyways, yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to donate any money to you guys. The last time I gave you guys money, y'all gave me a game that didn't even halfway work. And it wasn't even a game that I asked for. It was a game where I'm thinking that, oh, it's going to be like The Division or something. You guys came out with Escape from Tarkov with zombies. I'm saying it's stuff like that where it's like, fam, you guys have to, and this just talking on people that are wanting to develop the next big extraction shooter, you have to be unique. You have to be different. You have to come out with a game like Apex Legends, like Call of Duty Warzone, like Fortnite, but in an or an extraction shooter type game. You can't just come out with a game that, like, okay, another game like that already exists. We're not playing anything new. So that's why I'm like, I don't see myself donating to that Kickstarter, because that was the thing that I remember when after the day before came out, or when it was closing up, they came out with this statement thing talking about we pretty much blame the negative criticism on the day before's failure. And I'm like, my thing is this: why did you guys not just communicate? Why did you guys not just come out with the game that y'all was promoting in your videos? Y'all made it seem like that was honestly, I think that was the first time in history a video game had clickbaited us. Because really, it was like we bought this game. When we played it, that wasn't the same game that we watched in no trailers. So that's why I'm like, hey, look, if anybody out there wants to donate to their Kickstarter, you very well can. You just won't see me donate to their Kickstarter. I'm like, not until, my thing is this: they talking about they want to come back out with more video games. Bump the money. Forget the money. My thing is this: even just talking, I'm gonna talk on myself here in a moment, all right? But what you guys need to do is just develop the video games. Don't worry about nobody's money. Just develop the video games, come out with them, and that's how you guys get money, is by coming out with a good video game. But if y'all, my thing is this: you want to make it up to me, come back out with the day before, but in the fashion of how y'all promoted it. But if you guys is going to be coming out with some stuff where it's like, okay, I'm not going to be investing in that. If I got to question it, I'm not going to be investing in it. All right, but I'm going to just talk on myself real quick, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. When I very first had got into content creating, I didn't have no money. I was broke. I ain't even going to lie to you guys. I was flat out broke. Nothing to my name. Nothing in my account. Absolutely nothing. All right? So guess what? I had to pretty much rely on whatever it is that I had around me in order to kickstart my content creating career. I had a laptop that my mom bought me. I had a microphone that I can't remember if one of my parents had bought it or if I got in it trading in some games. But regardless, I had this generic laptop and I had a Turtle Beach headset to use as a microphone. Guess what I had started doing in 2015? I started recording videos. Did not care if I had a cheap headset. Did not care if I had a generic laptop. But overall, I got it done. And then fast forward, I started doing reaction videos. I ain't asked nobody for no money to do no reaction videos. All right. Then but the thing was this: I know eventually at some point in time I am gonna have to get better equipment. So 2016 got me a 9-to-5. Saved up my money, started getting things to make content about, like talking on sneakers, video games, and then then I just overall expanded out more, as a content creator with my gear. I got me a better web camera, I got me a better computer, I got me a better microphone. I'm not gonna be, and the thing is this: any of my fans, they did not have to donate a dime to me. My thing is this: when I stream on Twitch and somebody is donating to my stream, they're doing that out of the kindness of their heart. I'm not asking for it. And I don't think there's ever been a time where I asked for money for, if I did, I was joking around. And it's usually, I think the only time I'll be like talking about like, oh, I'll say like in a video game, like Grand Theft Auto, I'm like, oh yeah, give me $5 million in Grand Theft Auto. Something that's like, yeah, I'm not really expecting nobody to give me no money in that game, but I just be saying that as a joke if I am talking about donating money. Other than that, my thing is this: and even now, I've had my days where I struggled, but that's the one thing about it though. I'm not going to look to my fans and be like, hey, you guys are in a vulnerable state. How about y'all donate some money to me? Nah, I'm not going to do that. That's something where I'm like, if you really care about your audience, you're going to come out with a game that's good and you ain't going to be asking them for no $20,000. All right. So anyways, and the funny thing is, so I went and I told, because I was like, from time to time, I'll tell my mom about some of the stuff that be going on the internet and things. She even seen something wrong with that. And I guarantee and I promise you, I can ask friends, I can ask other family members, ask anybody out there. How do you overall feel about a company that scammed their fans out of a video game? Luckily, it's like the Steam stepped in and gave us our money back. But my thing is this. How do you feel about a developing company coming out with a game, but they're talking about in order for this game to be successful, you got to donate $20,000 to us? How would that make you feel? Would you do that? And last time they came out with a video game, it wasn't even good. So that's why I'm like, nah, bro. Y'all are okay. Y'all don't need the 20,000. You want a successful game? Develop a successful game. Don't rely on our money for it, all right? So anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode, and peace.